Good morning, boys and girls. How's everything in your world? Things are going good in Steve-O's world. You know, actually, if I was any happier, I would be two people. I really would. What I'm seeing right here, into the jungle here, the black mangroves. I see tons of white bloom all over it. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I've got bees down on the waterfront here. Not many, only 5 colonies. We got to get built up. So that's my mission today. I want to set up a cell builder. I think I've got one hive that we can make a breeder with. She's got a really nice pattern, unless something stupid has happened already. The way my luck's been going here lately is kind of rough. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll do the little, actually, I got this little, over the steering wheel, I got a little, see these copper hooks? I think that's number 4, copper. I think it was a grounding wire. Anyway, I just did a little 90-degree ledge there, and those wires fit over my steering wheel. So you can sit in your truck in a nice, comfortable environment. Actually, you can set the temperature control the way you like it. Of course, you want it kind of hot and humid in there in the truck. You don't need sweat rolling off you to do grafting, but yeah, I'm sitting here just getting a little jacked up on caffeine, little Dunkin' Donut caffeine action before I go work the bees. Miss Daisy's girlfriend came over and she sewed me up another head net. I'm liking this. I was using telly netting, but this stuff here, you can see it's got bigger holes in it. That telly netting is really fine mesh. And this is still fragile, but it's tougher than telly netting. Telly netting just, I mean, you just touch a little twig branch and it rips. So I kind of like that. Yeah, I've got my, made up a couple of cell bars. Made up some cell bars here. I've got a frame in the back. These happen to be wood bars. I'm going to get some more of these ZZBZ plastic ones. I kind of like them. But anyway, I've got these wood ones I made up, and we'll graft into those in a day or so. I want to get the cell builder set up to where we can be. It'll be kind of like a cloak board scenario, but I didn't actually make a cloak board. The cloak boards I had, I didn't like them. So anyway, we're going to do a cloak board scenario with an excluder first. Today I'll put excluder on. My mission is find a queen. I've got 2 5-framers. She right now is in an 8-frame box. And what I want to do is find her, put her in the bottom box, and I want to put all the good resources up in the top box. And then I want to separate that for a day, 24 hours. 24 hours. If I can't find her, I'm going to shake all the bees below, but I need to find her and put her downstairs. This is one of my better queens, and I'm down to bare bones on this beekeeping stuff, so we got to be careful we don't kill her. That's for sure. Little air in this thing, man. It's 1,000 degrees here in Florida, guys. I mean, it is brutal. It is brutal. And when it's so brutal, what do? You drink scalding hot coffee. Yeah, that's real smart, isn't it? Yeah, the mission is to get all the good resources up top. I want to leave her. I want to find some graftable larvae and keep it downstairs with her and let her keep boogieing on with that. And then I can steal some other frames. I've got 3 hives there, so I can steal resources and maybe brush the bees off of them and put upstairs also, so we don't have alien bees in this box to screw stuff up. But we'll have emerging brood and stuff upstairs also. I might see some good graftable stuff in one of these other boxes. I should have had some virgins running around in there. And I lost the queen for some stupid reason in a colony I just bought a while back. I bought a 5-frame nuke from a guy in Palm Harbor. Beautiful egg laying pattern. She had it was wall-to-wall sealed brood. He had 1 frame of sealed brood and eggs. He had 2 frames of honey and pollen. It was jammed out with bees too. And I transferred it all to an 8. When I took it right to the waterfront, I transferred it to an 8, right? I said, shoot, I'm gonna make some honey with this thing. I go back to look. There's no eggs. There's no queen. There's nothing other than a ton of bees. And I see a supersedure cell right in the center of a frame. I said, can my luck get any crappier, guys? Can it get any worse? But it is what it is. You know, it's spilt milk. What are you gonna do? I may have pinched her. When I was transferring it over, I was pretty careful. But you can be still careful, and she could run around the end of a frame and get pinched in a sidebar or some stupidness, you know. Obviously, that's what happened, because they made another queen in there. So it was a sealed peanut when I went in to look at it. It wasn't a big peanut, though. It wasn't a nice big fatty peanut like I like. Anyway, yeah, we'll set this colony up, see what I got, keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully we can make some nice bugs. And this queen that I want to get larvae from, she's a very nice queen, very nice. I'd pulled some deep frames out to make colony from her, and I've dropped in mediums. I dropped in some medium frames in there, and I thought they'd have comb hanging below, but they didn't. They stopped right at the bottom of that medium. They stopped right at the bottom. They stopped right at the bottom, but they slapped it full. She slapped it full of eggs, those mediums, on 2 frames. And it was all sealed larvae. Sealed brood, brother. Beautiful looking stuff. Who's bothering me this morning here? My phone's a vibrating here. Oh. We'll not talk to that one right now. I'm busy. My phone rings all day long, guys, and I don't mind talking to you guys at all. If you guys ever want to call and BS or whatever. But if I don't pick up, just like that call, I'm busy, okay? I am busy. So, you know, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you I'm busy. Because I'm drinking. I'm getting my caffeine fix. Let's walk over here in a minute and look at these blooms. I'm right around the corner here. There should be, my bees should be all over these blooms right here. Let's go check it out. let's multitask. Let's drink coffee and look at blooms at all the same time. Yeah, I see a nice big cluster right here. Let's sneak up on them. Let's sneak up on these blooms so they won't. Yeah. Let's just sneak up on these babies right here. I see some hornets. I see some honeybees. All the mosquitoes are nice down here, guys. Mosquitoes are really nice down here. Yeah, my bees are working. My girls are working, guys. I don't know if this is a dry bloom, though. I don't know. One of my buds called me, and he said last year at this time he had 100. He only had 10 hives running. He had 127 pounds of honey he put up, and he just went out there at the same time as it was last year, and he's got 27 pounds this year. That's pretty lame, huh? I don't know. I don't see, you know, the bees are on it. I just don't see them massive amounts. So it could be like a dry bloom. I don't know why it would be dry. It's sitting here swimming in salt water. I wouldn't think it would be a moisture issue. Who knows? Maybe these mangroves got to have a little bit of fresh water too to make it. These mosquitoes are bad down here, guys. I'm not kidding you. But according to the owners where I have these bees, they said this mosquito control thing is just a flippin' joke. They said they don't never put a dent in these things. And I've told them put me on the no spray list at these addresses, but they're only shutting off the spray rig or the fogger 300 feet before the address and 300 after. I don't know what that's going to do. The choppers have been flying all over my place at the house, dropping larvicide. I think that's another screw up. Because I know darn well they're killing tadpoles and they're killing crayfish. At the chemical, that larvicide that they use, guys, they can't tell me that they're targeting mosquito larvae and they're targeting deer fly larvae with the larvicide. Well, what eats that stuff? Tadpoles. Tadpoles are eating both of those larvae. So now you're knocking out the bullfrogs. I want the bullfrogs, okay? They sing me to sleep at night. I want the bullfrogs. People need to be trained as to what do you do when you come into the wilderness? You protect yourself. What do you do when you work bees? You put on one of these. You put on one of these to work the bees so they don't rip your face off. Same kind of scenario with mosquitoes and deer flies. I don't know what kind of diseases deer flies carry, but they'll sure chew the crap out of you, I'm telling you. And they spit in there, and they kind of numb it up a little bit before they start sucking the blood out. But like a mosquito, then they leave all kind of viruses and this and that behind, I'm sure. I don't know what they're claiming now. They got dengue fever in these mosquitoes, and so we have to spray, we have to drop larvicide, we have to do this, we have to do that. Mankind's been running around for millions of years without doing none of that. No. I personally put on protection. If I go over here to this bee yard, if I don't have this light shirt on and that veil, them mosquitoes gonna eat my ass alive. Mosquitoes like dark clothing too. Bees hate dark clothing, but mosquitoes seem to like it. So if you're wearing white, you're not so attracted, and the bees aren't so mean either when you're wearing white. Just common sense crap, guys. That's all it is. Let's go get into some beehives. Alrighty, guys. I got my little cell bar here. Medium. It's a medium. And I'm going to slide it right down here in the middle. Got to get my hive tool. Leaving stuff laying around. Having brain farts and seizures, you know. You know how this old stuff, old people stuff does, you know. There we go. Here we go. They can clean that up. Put my Randy Oliver Swedish sponges. Swedish sponges, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's catch some more of these damn beetles too. I think these things are working, guys. I really do. These sheets, these little Swiffer jobbies. Yeah, I think it's working. All right, what I've done here. I've got a excluder in here. I got her downstairs. She's a big old girl too. Big girl. And she's downstairs. Found her on about the 4th frame. So I got lucky and found her. So she's trapped downstairs. We got an excluder here. I'm gonna wait. We got bad weather coming. Now, this is the sucky part about grafting, you know. It's like today's a beautiful day for this working bees. But I'm gonna let this thing here equalize for 24 hours. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see what I've got. Let me just look now and see what I got. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't think things are looking too bad here, guys. I've got today's Tuesday. I've got only 10% tomorrow, but then Thursday I got 50%. Yeah. I actually, guys, and I may just do it so I can graft on Wednesday, because the weather window looks pretty good. I think I'm going to come back. And pull that excluder and put a solid piece in there, solid wood lid in there, and seal that off. I could actually just use this lid right here, or this lid, the one I pulled this off from, and stick it, pull that excluder, or I can just put the excluder, leave the excluder there, put a solid lid on top. That'll totally isolate them, and then I can graft tomorrow. I think that'll be the plan. Graft tomorrow. I may have goodies right upstairs here, right up in here, that I can use, because it's a mixed bag, and I've seen some eggs up here, so they may have hatched, and I can use that really fine small larva. Oh, this is a good one. You'll love this one, guys. We spent, I don't know, fooling around an hour or two yesterday making this veil. Look at this. Look at this rip. This thing, I picked up a stupid snarly limb there, and I threw it over there, but when I did, a little snag came up and caught this and ripped this huge window here. And then I walked over here See what I'm doing now? I'm tucking this great big ripped window up under here. Because I walked over here and bees came up, went right in and nailed me on the freaking lip. Right through this huge window hole. So this is the stuff you got to play with when you're working bees. Always be prepared for stupid and ass kicking, okay? So yeah. Anyway, I think that's the plan. Yeah. I think I'm going to come back. I'm going to let this thing equalize. I'm going to let this dude equalize. And then I'll come back. I'll leave the excluder on there, right? Leave the excluder there. She's trapped below. I'll set this over here. I'll take a solid lid. I can use this big one. Who cares if we use an 8? We'll stick an 8-frame lid on top of this thing. On top of that bottom one. Put this on top. Now we've got things totally isolated. And they're in there now polishing those cups right now. Polishing them cups. They don't realize that they're queenless yet. All these bees up here don't realize they're queenless yet. So I put enough resources up here, nurse bees and stuff up here. So they're going to have plenty of nurses up here. And we'll come back tomorrow and graft. And I should be able to grab my grafting resources out of here. And we can go sit in the truck. We can graft and we can come right back here and put our grafts in. How sweet is that, guys? I was thinking about hauling a beehive back to the shop, and I'm back to the house, and I thought, well, you know, why do that? I got a flow going on here. I got a heavy flow going on. We got black mangrove. We got cabbage palm blooming now. It's crazy. I see big stalks coming out of these cabbage palm way up there. Them things will get snow white, guys. Huge cluster, thousands and thousands of blooms. Yeah. This colony, I mean, I got popped a few times. There's some really orange pollen coming in. Yeah, I've seen quite a few. All these cabbage, I mean, they're all along the coast here, guys. I'm right in the midst of all this stuff. Got a lot of good stuff in here. Tons of cabbage palm. Tons of resources. So you couldn't ask for a better scenario here. So my plan is, here's my plan. Run 2 batches. We'll do this graft. We'll use this as a starter finisher. This will be a starter finisher because we're basically doing a cloak board thing, okay? And wow, guys, these skeeters down here on the waterfront are bad to the bone. Oh boy, I tell you what, look at this. Remember that nice netting I had on here? Didn't take me, but you know, it took Pam about an hour, good hour, to put that thing together. And I destroyed it in 5 minutes. I went home, told Miss Daisy. I just knocked off, left the yard here, because I'm getting the cell builder set up, and I said, well, I'll let them equalize. I put that excluder in there, and put my resources up top, put the queen below, and put excluder on, and I said, bye-bye, I'm going to go have lunch. While I was at lunch, then they can equalize. Well, I'm back here now. I'm going to put a solid top. Actually, I'm going to take a top from another hive and put on there and seal that off around on top of that excluder. And I'm going to switch the bottom on around opposite. And the new box going on top with our grafts are going to go is going to be facing the same direction as the bottom one is now. Anyway, so I went and got my ribeye. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing I destroyed. I told Miss Daisy, I walked in, she said, how'd it go? How'd that new veil work? I said, worked out great for 5 minutes. Huh? Yeah, 5 minutes. I said there was a tripper stick in the way. It's kind of a viney looking thing, and it had a little pigtail squirrely thing coming off the side. I didn't even see it. And it had a little weight to the stick. I said I'm going to trip over, so I picked it up and I threw it. When I did, that little hook came up, grabbed the netting, and slid it clear across, all the way across my neck. Just tore a huge window in it. And then a bee came up and stung me in the lip. My lip's going down now. It was way puffed up when I came. I told Miss Daisy, I said, you know, I've come up with a brilliant idea. After I looked in the mirror a while ago, that bee stung me. After I ripped the hole open, I'm in there working bees. They're coming up in the veil. Only one got stung once right on the lip, but I said, I realized that, you know, I could, all these women going out and get these lip injections and stuff, all they got to do is I could charge them by half price. Of course, it's going to have to come in about every other day to get it, you know, get an bee venom injection right in the lips. But man, you got some pretty BJ lips with a bee sting in them. Yeah. Miss Daisy sitting there just shaking. She said, BJ lips. I said, yeah. She goes, oh my God, you son of a bitch, you can't take a joke, I guess. Yeah, I told Miss Daisy, I said, I'm so pissed off right now that I just want to go to the mall and find some liberal fat kid and kick him right in the ass. That's what I'd like to do. I'm right at that point. All right, guys. Well, I got my heavy duty suit. I hate wearing this thing. It's just hot. Even though it's ventilated, it's hot in this weather. Well, let me get out here and get this done. We'll come back tomorrow and do some grafting. Yeah, I got my little grafting thing here, if I can get it out without breaking something. There it is. Yeah, this thing goes right here like this. Let me rig this up for you. I guess I'm rigging this up right. Didn't go this way, did it? Couldn't have. Or did it? Couldn't have gone this way. That'd be the way it had to go. Right there, I'm guessing. It's been years since I used this thing. Yeah, your graft cup, your grafting frame lays right here. And then you set your bar right here. Yeah, you set your frame here on the inside here, and then your cell cups sit right here. So that's it. Here's your grafting station right here. I mean, the steering wheel set, you know, at that right angle here for that. So anyway, yeah, we'll get this rock and rolling tomorrow. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, there's one here. I'll put another cell in so we have at least 10 tomorrow for that. How sweet it is. If this all works out great tomorrow, I won't have to kick a fat liberal kid in the ass at the mall tomorrow. Alrighty guys, we got this thing, cell builder, I think set up pretty decent. There is an excluder under here. I took one of them yellow excluders, I cut it to size, as you can see up under there. And what I have here is I got a bottle of food on them. I'm hoping this is going to be enough bees here. What's happening here, I got the grafting frame in the center here. They can probably be polishing the cups. we'll see how it goes. And I reversed this bottom one. This bottom entrance was over this way. Now it's going the other way. These bees are all coming back from the field and going in this porthole here to replenish this. This should have a lot of bees in it. And then what we'll do is do our graft tomorrow, and then come back in 48 hours and let's check our grafts. If we did good, that's excellent. What we can do then is pull this out, pull this lid out of here, and let them finish those cells with a queen right starter. Queen right finisher, let's put it that way. Queen right finisher. So that's what we got going on here. I'm gonna keep my towels, my spent towels, keep them picked up off the guy's property. And to keep them from blowing out down the highway. Keep them from blowing out down the highway, I just stick them up under my feed jug here. Keep them out of the way. So that's it. Quick trick. Pick this box up, I don't need it here. This is the box. This is the box right here I bought. And it's coming along really nice. I bought that from my guy. And then a week later I come back and the queen's missing. And they got a supersedure cell in the center of it. So it's been 3 weeks since all that happened. And now I come back and we have a queen in here laying her heart out. How sweet is that? The bee gods must be with me, guys. That's all I can say. Yep. All right, that's it for today, guys. I'll come back tomorrow, do a graft. I don't know if I'll show you the graft or not, but I may not. I don't know. See how much crap's on my plate. Things are happening down here on the waterfront, guys, I'm telling you. Nature is doing its thing. There's one there. I doubt if you can see it up there. Green stalk shooting out all over the place. Yep. This one right here next to it's shooting out too. They're shooting out everywhere. Here's some stuff I'm going to start incorporating, guys. Some of this action right here. Well, one of my sticks fell out. Yeah, three sticks in there. They go in the box, and I put a lot of wax on them. They'll pick right up on that wax, fill it out, fill out the prettiest stuff you've ever seen. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go for now. I will see you tomorrow. Let's do some grafting. Let's kick this operation up a notch, okay? See ya.